We don't often think about this, but the small things that we do every day determine how we ultimately live our lives, from habits we've had over the years to new habits we've recently picked up. These little daily rituals, whether intentional or not, create the basis for our experiences. According to the 80-20 rule, roughly 80% of the effects of our life come from 20% of what caused them. So what happens when you decide to make a change to that 80%?
Hello, welcome. It has been so long. This is my first video of the new year and I feel really good. A lot of changes have already been made. Clearly, if you don't already follow me on Instagram, I cut my hair. I did that out of a need of change and really to just get to a place where I felt connected to myself again. I really felt like last year was a tough year for me and I definitely lost myself. But in this video, I actually want to talk about some of the things that I'm doing to heal from the events of last year and to manifest a better life for myself. So, one thing that's been very important to my healing and my growth is getting to this place where I accept that I'm not the same person anymore, and that's okay. I've really gone through a journey with this because at one point I felt like I needed that part of myself. Like that was an instrumental part of who I am as a human being, and if I wasn't her, then who am I? Stepping into this new year, I've just been very intentional. I'm allowed to grow. I'm allowed to change. I'm allowed to take a different path than I did before. And it's okay if I'm not into the same things or if I'm not tolerant of the same things. Like, I'm definitely allowing myself to grow a little bit more because I just really felt like I was hindering my growth by continuing to want to go back to who I was when that's just not me anymore, you know? Like, it's okay to just transform and be something different. I felt like I was really stagnant, like I was not giving myself room to make mistakes, to learn something different. I really enjoy knowing that I'm really good at something. Failure for me has been really hard to accept. I forgot who said it. I think it was Will Smith, but he was like, you should seek to fail. And I'm not exactly seeking to fail, but I'm accepting the fact that failure is a part of life and that I don't necessarily have to be this picture perfect person. It's okay if I mess up or if I make the wrong decision or whatever. It's a part of learning. It's all information. So I'm not exactly seeking to fail at this point in my life, but I definitely think that I am just allowing myself to try different things, and if it doesn't work out, then try something else. Like, it's all information, and this information is literally telling your brain what direction you need to go in next. It's literally guiding you to where you need to be. I feel like now I fully came out of the depression that I was in last year, but I'm working on healing. It doesn't happen overnight, and you don't just get all the tools that you need to be better and to feel better. Like, it's literally a progression, and in that progression, you're gonna fail. You're gonna fail sometimes. You're not always gonna show up for yourself. You're not always gonna be your best person. So another thing that I'm letting go of is self-criticism. I don't talk to myself the way that I talk to my friends. I feel like I give them so much love, so much compassion. Even in instances where they do something wrong, I often approach them with empathy. And whenever I do something wrong, I don't treat myself the same way. I degrade myself, I beat myself up, and you know, humans are the only species that will constantly like mull over a negative situation. It's like when a deer escapes being killed by like a lion or something, it is not thinking about that anymore. Like, it's over, it's done, it happened, okay. So why continue to beat myself up over something that's already happened or something that's out of my control? Now I'm just like trying to actively listen instead of trying to criticize myself for making a mistake. I ask myself, well, how did you get there? What kind of led you to that moment where you felt triggered, where you felt like you couldn't be your best self. I feel like in doing that, I'm healing like my inner child. Seriously though, I do, because as I was growing up, I would say that my parents were pretty tough on me. That has helped and harmed me in certain ways. That's just what it was. But I feel like I continue to carry that on throughout the years. So now when I make a mistake, I'm just like, why did you do that? I think oftentimes it's okay to approach yourself with compassion. Actually, that's what I want to do first. Approach myself with compassion first. So I'm not saying it's okay to continue to make the same mistakes over and over again, but it's okay to approach myself in a way where I'm not literally criticizing myself and downing myself for making a mistake. I find that when I do get to that place where I'm completely operating in compassion and empathy, then I will be able to do that for more people around me. I'm trying to unlearn these things because I feel that, as I'm going through life and when I have a family of my own, these are not things that I want to continue to pass down, Another thing I've been letting go of are expectations. Just like any expectation of life. As much as we want to, we cannot control what happens in our lives. We can only control how we react. Last year, there were a lot of things that happened that were just out of my control completely. I could only control how I reacted to the situation. And I had to learn that even when I think something might be going my way or whatever, it could literally go left. I can't hold any expectations over what's going on around me. I can only choose to react in a way that is most beneficial to me. Putting less expectation on myself has helped me to recognize in the moments that I'm spiraling and having these existential crises, me taking away those expectations for myself helps me to realize that I'm okay, that I'm doing just fine, that I don't have to continue to overthink a situation or where I'm going to be next or what's going to happen next, because those expectations are gone. You just can't control everything. It's a tough concept for me because I've recognized that I'm a person who likes to have control. I want to know what's going to happen next. Life is a story that unfolds as you continue to live it. You won't know what's next until you already know. And by then, you're already there. With all of these things, I'm still trying to With all of these practices, I'm really learning more about myself and getting closer to the person that I ultimately want to be. I think that who I am right now is beautiful, and I'm learning and I'm flawed, but not to say who I am. Okay. I've been trying to tell myself that it's okay to be a flawed person, and that even though I'm working towards this ideal version of myself, who I am right now is still valuable. I'll always be learning. All of this is really a journey. Like, it's a journey. It is my healing journey, and I'm sure that I will face other things in my life that I will have to heal from. But I know that what I'm learning right now is going to be very important to the next phase that I go into. I won't be learning the same things. I won't be unlearning the same things. I'm just growing and elevating from there. So, as always, thank you for watching this video. Feel free to let me know in the comments some of the things that you guys are working on within yourselves this year. And yeah, I am really excited about this year and what's to come. Take care of yourselves, drink water, and I will see you guys in the next video.